Hey guys, I'm a Forester here, and in the background you might be able to hear my wife, Ms. I'm a Forester, practicing the piano. I don't know what she's practicing for, but she's the main musician in this family. I had a box come in yesterday, and so I just wanted to make a quick unboxing, and you can tell I've already opened it up. I didn't wait to make the video to do that. But if you follow my channel, you know I sent a knife off for warranty work, and it was my Benchmade 940. Now, just to let you know, this is the receipt. This is when I sent it off, November the 10th. It came back on December the 6th, yesterday, and it did cost $11.24 to ship it. I thought that was expensive. They recommended shipping it by either UPS or FedEx. I shipped it UPS, and so that's a little more expensive. I think if I'd shipped it by US Postal Service, it would have been cheaper. But that was the cost of it. They didn't charge anything for the work that was done. But let's go ahead and get it out. And this is just as it came. And you can see inside there that they did ship it in a box. I didn't send it in a box. Here's the paperwork that came with it. Basically, they cleaned it, oiled it, adjusted it, sharpened it. They replaced the clip and also the Omega springs. No charge whatsoever. So excellent service, and they did it pretty quickly. Now, the 940 is a blue class knife, so I'm not sure why they shipped it in this box right here, but anyway, that's the way it came, and now I do have a box for it. So here's the 940, and I'm just going to give you my impressions. I tell you what, let me reposition the camera so that you can get a better look at it, and then I'll come right back to you. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take long. Now I'm going to go over this knife just as I did when I took it out of the box, and the very first thing I did was I was surprised at the color, and I'll try to give you a good look at the color of this knife. This is the aluminum frame. And my very initial thought was this isn't the same knife that I sent them. But I believe it is, because there's a couple of dings on the, right there's one that I recall. And I think there's a very tiny one right there. So I do think it is my knife, but the color looks a little bit different. I don't know why that would be, but that was my initial reaction. Maybe they put some type of treatment on the handle that changed the color slightly. I don't know. But the next thing I did, of course, was to check the action. It comes out just as fast as it always did, but the difference, and let me zoom out just a little bit so you can see this, there. But when you close it, you have to give it a little wrist action. So it comes out well. It's hard to do this behind the camera, but you have to give it a little wrist action to get it to close. Before, it swung freely, so I could get it to just swing back and forth. It doesn't do that now, and I imagine that's just simply because those Omega springs are a little stiff, but I'll have fun breaking it in. It's probably 80% of the free action that it was when I sent it off. Well, actually, it was broken when I sent it off, so but it'll work in fine, just fine, I'm sure. Okay, so I looked at the action. I also looked at this clip. Now, I was a little disappointed, to be honest. I had asked them to include a deep carry clip, which this is. I've tried it out and I like it. But I also liked the clip that went with it, that was on the knife, and I'll put a link to the knife as I sent it off. And you know, I thought that they would send that clip back. I've seen other people comment that they were very generous with their clips and sent, you know, one of each model. I wanted to try this, but now it looks like I'm going to be using it because they didn't send back the clip that came with it, which I really liked. So the clip was changed. The Omega springs were changed. And the other thing they did was just oil it, lubricate it, and sharpen it. And so I wanted to show you the grind, if I can get a close-up of that. You can tell the grind lines. I had sharpened it enough to where those weren't visible. And I think I noticed on one side in particular, maybe this one, that it looks like the grind got a little narrow right in here and then wider there. So that wasn't perfect. It was pretty good though. And I was going to see if we could tell if it was uneven. I don't think we're going to be able to tell that. But let's do a quick paper cutting test. I've already done this off camera and it's doing great. One thing I can tell an extra sharp knife is if you can cut a curve, and you can do that very easily here. I could do this all day long. You know, it's very sharp. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. I've got basically my old 940 back. It only took a month for them to do the work on it, and all I've got to do is break it in now. So I'll have fun carrying this and breaking it in over the next few days. Y'all take care.